We're hearing from the old Plaza Hotel, which has now been converted into residential units, condo hotel rooms, and hotel rooms. With sales as high as $50 million for at least one apartment, these residential units epitomize the luxury condo boom of New York City. But with the economy slowly slipping, even in New York City, have sales continued to go forward? Actually, all but 2 of the 181 residential units have already sold. But now the Plaza is entering a new phase of its real estate cycle: resales and the selling off the remaining condo hotel units. Today we'll talk to the director of sales at the Plaza about how both those types of sales are doing. We'll also talk about rentals and whether they are lingering on the market as they did earlier this year. And then we'll talk to the head of retail, who will tell us which stores are coming in and if the spaces will be fully occupied by fall according to their schedule. First up, we have Elizabeth Lorenzo, who's the director of sales at the Plaza. So tell us first, the first thing about the Plaza that a lot of people don't know, that there's a hotel side and a residence side, and...
Well, it seems that a lot of people don't know there is a new Plaza Hotel. Significantly smaller than it was before, now just 282 rooms. And I think the minute people walk into the hotel lobby, which is much smaller and more intimate with the champagne bar and the Rose Club, that they really get a sense of the change in the hotel.
Now, all of those changes actually were completed around March 1st. Now, that had actually a significant boost probably for you in terms of placing the condo hotel units in front of the public. Is that correct?
Yes, absolutely. We were, at that point, able to have this beautiful suite that we're sitting in right now for all of our prospective clients to enter. We had been selling from floor plans in a construction site, so there really was not a built-out space for people to really see what they were getting.
Almost all of the residences have been sold except for 2. Okay, can you tell us about the 2 that are left?
Well, we have a wonderful maisonette apartment that is about 4,000 square feet, has a private entrance from the lobby.
Has the fact that a lot of the units are now up for resale, has that become a selling point for you?
Well, the resales actually have made our remaining developer units look extremely well priced.
So there is a big price differential.
Yes. The owners are very aggressive in their pricing for the resales.
I see. Can you give us some examples?
In general, the owners are very optimistic in their
Doubling?
resale pricing. Yeah.
Doubling, tripling?
Yeah. I wouldn't say tripling, but certainly looking to double.
There was a report by the New York Times in February before the hotel side was open, and they interviewed a woman who felt that she didn't know her neighbors. And what did you think of that report?
I think that some of it is just New York, but I do think that as decorating is finished on a number of the apartments, that there are more and more people that are residing in the building. But there's always a period of adjustment in a new building.
It is sort of clear that it's harder to sell a condo hotel room, a pied-à-terre, than to sell one of the residences. What are some of the challenges like that, and how do you overcome them when you're selling the condo hotel rooms?
The hotel pied-à-terres are like a hybrid product. And at the showings and the presentations for them, there is a tremendous amount of information that we need to relay to people. So in that sense, it's demanding to, first of all, try to understand who that person is and how do I say this the best way. And so yes, that is a little bit of a challenge. But, you know, there is the component with the hotel suites that, you know, that the hotel can rent them for them. And this is something of interest to most of the people buying.
There are rentals also in this building, in the residential side. At some point in, I guess it was February, there were reports that those rentals were lingering. Are they still lingering? Well,
the private residence apartments can only be, the minimum lease is an annual 1-year lease. And for a 1-year leaseholder to have a building still in process, where there's still construction going on around on other floors, where there's the Cowderley Spa is not here yet, our Radu Gym is not here yet, and back in February the hotel wasn't even open yet. So yes, I do believe that that affects the rental market.
So would you say that the rental market is proceeding a little bit more smoothly, or is the economy having a dampening effect on that?
Although the building itself is now farther along, I think that the overall rental market has been affected.
Next, we went to see Tony Nicola, who's General Manager of Retail at Elat Properties at the Plaza. Now, tell us a little bit about how many retailers have already signed up and to be here.
We have about 30 retailers signed up, which is about 92% leased.
The remaining 8% that still hasn't been filled, at what point in the process of negotiation are you with some of the prospective retailers?
Well, we have letters of intent out on some of the spaces. We're negotiating with some of the spaces. Again, it's important for us to get the right vendors. We literally could have had this space leased over 2-3 times, but it was selecting the right vendors and the right adjacencies and the right mix for the project.
And what's your target in terms of who you want to put in this area, or who you have put in this area? What types of retailers?
We tried to go after international brands or brands that had less presence in New York City, but yet would be very destinational to draw our customers here. So that's why we went after retailers like Vertu, Marlise Decker, Lingerie, Damel, the cafe downstairs from Vienna.
So, Tony, what is the price per square foot here? Can you give us a range? Is it Bergdorf Goodman level?
Price per square feet is definitely, it's below Bergdorf Goodman level.
Up until now, the Plaza has been credited with boosting the average sales price of condo sales in New York City. But as the turmoil on Wall Street continues, we'll have to see if the upward trend in luxury continues and holds for owners who are flipping their properties, and also for the Plaza as they continue to market the unsold condo units as well as the condo hotel units. Thanks for joining us for this edition of The Real Deal. We'll see you next time.